I'm looking at the question of assistive technologies, and honestly, I haven't had a whole lot of experience with them. My experiences have mostly been with smaller schools. I was homeschooled, K through 12, which makes me a little bit of an outlier in the education field for sure. But as I'm working for a disability services company, I've had an opportunity to see a few more technologies in terms of the communication devices, and of course, for personal reasons, which I won't go into here, I've began to do some more homework in assistive technology for future purposes and as a communication aid for those with disabilities. So it's been fascinating. Most interesting or applicable? Good question. Very good question. I guess I would say of all the assistive technologies, I tend to gravitate more towards the iPad and tablet computers, and I'll tell you why. And that is, I look at them as a practical and multi-adaptive technology. You can get a different app, different purposes. You have an app to help with communication, an app to help with homework. There's a lot of ways you can use those materials. Three other applications that in the I don't know how I'm going to say her name, Brunsma, however you say it, article. I look at the interactive whiteboards, which, oddly enough, my experience with them a few months ago, about a year ago actually now, wasn't positive. They're clunky, they're hard to use. The technology itself can be really, really frustrating, and I'm just imagining trying to adapt a lesson using a piece of hardware that's not proven itself reliable as the needs of the students. Another one in the article that I think they were really trying to push would be the netbooks, the portable computers. Once again, not sure if those provide the right kind of tactile feedback for students with disabilities. And to be sure, I would also look at some of the lower tech interventions, the tilt tables. I was surprised that more classrooms don't use them because they are more ergonomic, and I feel like that should be something that's talked about. Now, one thing, coming from my unusual background like I do, that's not talked about, and something I'm surprised they didn't talk about, was what they call manipulatives. Items which can be held in the hand to assist with learning mathematics or learning skills, lacing, for example. They have those little educational toys that do that, or items that allow you to take off and build with things, to do learning hands-on. A lot of, in my experience, a lot of your learning disabled people are very literally minded, and having a concrete relationship goes a long ways. Now, one additional technology I think that gets overlooked, I didn't see it, and to me it just jumps out, would have to be the use of interactive learning materials that are a more modular approach. I know, so how's that assistive? Well, see, different kids learn at different speeds. And I think that we're wrong in trying to say that, we have to teach the same curriculum the same way, the same time. So I think adapting the curriculum to the needs of the kids, adapting to letting them use resources like Khan and like the other ones can go a long ways. And then sticky keys. There are a lot of built-in features in the Windows environment, and letting them try non-traditional means of turning in homework. If they can do a video better than they can do a typed report, they should do that. Just a little bit of flexibility can go, and creativity goes a long, long ways towards helping to eliminate some of the communication barriers, some of the learning difficulties. So that's my 2 cents on assistive technology.